Ooh, that's too much.
Well,
So I ain't making no promises on how this hour gonna go, child.
oh God, we already gonna be on the struggle bus, man.
Oh, child.
We don't need no help on the struggle bus train, okay? No help. We already got a ticket.
I want to ride that train. Let me ride it.
Choo choo.
Mm-mm.
Choo choo.
Hi, everyone that is joining. Please say hello as you are joining.
And it won't be. And it won't be, Sam. I'm going to clock her at about 22 minutes.
I feel judged. I feel judged.
22 and a half minutes, Sam. What you got? What's your bet?
I don't know. Look, the way that I just poured that drink in here, I don't even know if it's gonna be 20. Because I think I poured like 8 shots.
Hello, Yolanda. Good seeing you. We missed y'all last week. He said 1 minute and 22 seconds. I am done.
Damn. Oh, 1 hour and 22 minutes.
We ain't gonna be on that long, child. We gonna be short and sweet tonight. Okay, I say that.
Show you.
2 hours later, we still gonna be here. Hey, Julie.
Julia.
I never want to make a fool of you.
Hey.
My Facebook user said just 8 shots. Who was Facebook user?
I don't know, but I know that's right. Need more.
Ooh, Yolanda said we miss you all too. Oh, thank you, Yolanda. We needed a week off. I said, we were struggling. You hear me?
Child, we both woke up that morning on the struggle bus.
Struggle.com, okay? But we here. We back with some shenanigans for the week. You know, we had to find some shenanigans for the week. All right, thank y'all for joining so far. Tierra said, welcome back to the internet. Yes, internet. Thank y'all for joining so far. If you don't mind, please share this with your family and friends. Your live don't like me. Who is you? Who is this you? Tell us.
Can we be lovers and friends? Oh, I said that the other week, didn't
I? That was on her mind. Okay. He said that's been his whole week so far, honey. It's rough out here. All right, we're gonna play the intro, share it, get ready to comment on these shenanigans, and we'll be right back.
Facebook user, tell us your name.
Yeah, please.
Hello. Welcome to Occasionally Posh.
Go ahead.
Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl, Miss Chastity B.
And I'm Sunshine. Welcome. I wasn't so sunshiny early. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. But thanks to my girl Tierra, she got me back right. So thank you, T. Shine you out on the
Thank you, T.
Thank you. But smooth. He said Smooth Nation. That's Justin from that was on our podcast. I don't know what. It must be something in your settings. We ain't never had this problem before.
Right.
Must be something in your settings. Okay. My fault. You trying to hide from that stalker from 2002? No, let me stop. But thank y'all for joining. We're gonna get in on these shenanigans. And for the foreplay tonight, I just got one question. Who is an actor that did so good in a role you have to remind yourself not to hate them in real life?
Girl, Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. I can tell you right now.
A lot of people said that.
I ain't even have to think twice. Doggone it. That man, from whenever he was Joe Jackson to whenever he was Ike, child.
He be playing that role good, don't he?
My grandma, she used to stand him. She always called him Ike. That damn Ike. It's like, that is not his name.
It do be some people that play that certain role that they'll always be that. Like, no matter what new role it is, they're going to always be. It's a couple of them.
Ike Turner.
Ike Turner is definitely one. Definitely going to think he robbed me, baby. Robbed me all night. Some other people, somebody said Monique and Precious.
You know, I never looked at Precious.
She played that role way too.
I heard it was rough. I think I looked at it, but I ain't look at it. I wasn't that interested in it, but I heard it was rough.
She was rough in those streets. Someone said Michael Ealy when he threw them kids out the window on the what's the name of that Tyler Perry movie? Girl.
For Colored Girls.
Yes. Honey.
Oh,
rough.
Child, I was mad at him for a long time. I wouldn't look at a movie with him in it. I was like, Here go this light-skinned nigga again.
A lot of people said Charles from which Tyler Perry was Charles, and he was laying in that tub with the bubbles.
Why did I get married? Was that it?
Why did I get married? A lot of people said Charles, like 22, probably more than that %. It was a lot. Of course, somebody said the dude that played Jeff Dahmer. I never knew the dude before he played Jeff Dahmer, so I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Who was it that played? I didn't watch the movie.
The series. Well, she only knows the series. Somebody said JR and Players Club. Which one was JR?
The brother. Oh, okay. Was it Junior? Yes. He didn't have to do Ebony like that.
He did. It's a whole bunch of them. Blair Underwood and Clifton Powell and everything they play. Somebody said. Oh man, people said Mike from Why Did I Get Married? He didn't have to let Sheila drive on that mountain by herself.
And then the way that he talked to her whenever she had on her sexy lingerie. Oh, jackass. I hope he step on something and stump his toe.
I laughed a little bit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I laughed just a little bit. When he said something about them polka dots, I was done. I was more mad at the friend than him, though. She talking about, yeah, he gonna love that. Knowing good and well. She need to go play in traffic. I'm sorry. I was more mad at her. At least you know who he was. Seriously, the young thug will always do what she can. I appreciate you. Brian White. What did Brian White play? Did you don't like him in real life?
Anything.
He ain't played nothing where I hate him.
He's always an asshole. It's a new movie on Tubi that he's in that I haven't watched yet, but everybody said it was good. I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have to find it.
Mm-hmm. Said Yolanda said Danny Glover in Color Purple. You don't, Mr. Get on top of me and do his business. Do his business. You may sound like you got to the bathroom. She don't really remember that movie like that. Dollar Bill Chi-Town.
Chi-Town.
What's that?
Bernie Mac.
Oh,
Players Club.
Yeah. I got you.
Why, Ebony? Why? I can recite Players Club from beginning to end, baby. I ain't even got to turn that movie on.
Of course you did. Here said, yes, Mike was wrong. Wasn't he wrong, though? Randy and I Can Do Bad All By Myself. Which one was Randy? Which movie is I Can Do Bad All By Myself?
That was the one with Taraji P. Henson. I can't remember who Randy was, though.
Oh, Wasn't that was brown white? Wasn't that brown white?
Oh,
I feel like that was brown white. Yeah, that was brown white. I forgot he played that role, Sam.
See?
I totally
he's an asshole in everything he's in. See?
He is not. Don't do him. He was a real nice
snake.
Red in the 5 hobbies. My office hours are 9 to 5. I feel like Red these days. I'm okay. My office hours might be 11 to 2, depending on the day. Oh man, all right, that's enough of that. Did you have anything to add to the foreplay? I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you this time. I just went with
I forgot.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I forgot. That's fine.
Well, I do have something that we can segue into to go in along with the shenanigans of the foreplay, and this is actually something you said. This idiot and the hot shit.
I'm laughing at Chris. He said the witch for the whistle. Bye, Chris.
Bye. This the you messed us up. This the video you sent about the dude in the chip and the hot sauce.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bismillah, Allah Akbar. It's not hot. It's not hot.
911, what's your emergency?
Okay, breathe.
What's going on?
Okay, breathe.
What happened, sir? Are you all right?
Okay.
Where are you at? What's going on?
I don't want to get that guy. But he said,
Do you need some help? What happened? Can you
That's actually the shortened version. I went on TikTok and found the shortened version of it. It's way worse than that. He gonna have snot coming out his nose and stuff.
Yeah.
This idiot talking about it ain't that hot. It ain't that hot, yo, dumb
Sam,
thing.
you done it.
I done ate that chip. The chip. I wouldn't be dumb enough to put the hot sauce on top of it.
Yeah, he put hot sauce on it too. Crazy.
Crazy.
Talking about it ain't that hot. What's your emergency? I lost it. And then at the end, she didn't show the whole thing. But at the end, y'all, he had snot.
I had to cut that part off. Okay, I'm trying to keep my chips down. I just ate. He had snot. I'm trying to figure out where was he spitting though. He was random. Like I feel like he was just spitting on the floor. That's nasty.
He didn't care. At this point, he didn't care. He was about to die. He could not breathe.
Yeah, trying to be famous. Look at you, about to die. You got a hospital bill. I hope you didn't go to Central Carolina. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam.
Don't do CCH.
You better want to go over there with a splinter unless something change. People laughing. Tierra said, "Is he serious?" I guess he was.
He was serious.
It's not hot. That's what he said. What he's saying. He's Smooth said he ain't messing with that chip. I know that's right. And then Sam said, "No, I may be white, but I ain't that white. I know when to stop. You ain't white. Don't do that." He wasn't either.
That was probably Tom.
Was that Tom? Hey, Tom. Oh, man. That was just ignorance at its best. People will literally do anything on this internet.
Anything
literally
to be famous. Child.
So I'm gonna get Chastity to do the chip with the hot sauce on it for the next podcast.
Child, I barely even like Texas Pete sometimes.
Come on now. Texas Pete be slapping.
I like Texas Pete, but sometimes it's too hot for me. You think that I'm gonna eat that chip? No. Not gonna do it. It ain't happening.
Excuse me. You said don't come for us. We create healthy communities. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. Smooth said, I need to look up Phillip Hudson's Zoom call. Phillip Hudson is hilarious.
Oh,
so
God.
I can't even imagine. I can't even. We have to look it up, Smooth. We have to look it up.
Yes.
But yeah, next week we gonna let Chastity do it on this good live. I'm signing her.
No. I'm telling y'all right now.
Tell her to be a good participant.
You be a good participant. You do it. I got asthma.
I might say some words I have to repent for at the altar the next Sunday.
That's fine. The Lord knows. The Lord knows your heart.
The Lord knows my heart.
We'll have to finish the podcast. I be at the hospital because I can't breathe. Y'all ain't tricking me.
No, we ain't messing with your ass. Never mind. But yeah, Smooth, we'll have to look it up. See what you're talking about. We'll have to look it up. See what you're talking about. All right. Let's see. What else? You want to do the IHOP date next? Chastity sent this as well about the IHOP date. Let's see what y'all think about this. I didn't screen record the whole thing because it was too long, but here you go.
But you are an hour away. You are an hour away.
We're not going
What's wrong with IHOP? What's wrong with IHOP? This is what we on? Like, what's the problem?
Stop. Put your phone down.
No, what's the problem? What's the problem?
You always want to stop.
Because women like you always be talking about, y'all just pick me up. Y'all can pick the date. Just take me on a date. We finally take you all on dates.
What do you mean?
It don't matter. You always crying about going on dates. Why do it matter with a Wow, it's IHOP.
I'm not finna walk in.
Wow, it's IHOP.
Take me home.
I'm not finna take you home.
Take me home.
I done came all about an hour away from me. You think I'm finna take you all the way back to the crib?
Well, catch me over then.
I'm not finna. That's like $100. I'm not doing that. Listen, why would you saying? Listen, I'm taking you out on a date. It don't matter what.
Take me home.
Why do it matter where you eat at?
In there, take me home. I'm not even playing.
Why do it matter?
Take me
No,
home.
I'm gonna keep recording you because why do it matter where we eat at? Why do it matter where we eat at? Why the matter where we eat at? Why the matter where we eat at? Why the matter where we eat at? Bro, that's why I'm like you, bro. You so high class. Where you want to go? Where you want to go?
With Chris, five church, anything but here.
Okay, I can't afford all that.
Bro, I
can't afford all that. I hop in.
It goes on longer because she continues to say she's not going in there, and then she proceeded to call another man to come pick her up, which was interesting.
Did she? I didn't look at all this.
Mm-hmm. What? He was like, "Is that another?" He said the N word, but is that another dude? And she was like, "Uh-huh." And he's like, "Really?"
I ain't mad at it.
No,
because why you gonna drive me? No, why would you drive me an hour away to take me to IHOP? There's nothing wrong with IHOP. I like IHOP. I wake up in the mornings almost every morning and want some IHOP because I love a good old omelet. However, why on God's green earth did you think that it was okay to drive an hour to take me to IHOP? She said she would have been fine at Chick-fil-A for the people that said that she wasn't dressed for a fancy place anyway. She wasn't. However, IHOP, an hour? Baby, we could have stopped at McDonald's and got some chicken nuggets and sat in the car and talked.
He probably lives wherever they is. That's what I'm guessing.
You thought, okay. So 9 times out of 10, the reason why he took her all the way where he lived at, because he did say that she was an hour from him. So I'm assuming that's where he lived at. So he thought he was going to get some butt off of IHOP. Baby, they don't even sell mimosas in there. You can't even get tipsy in there. Why?
You gotta have a mimosa to get some butt. Never I should have.
She probably was gonna have to. He took her to some damn IHOP.
Now, I think they both tripping. Honestly,
they both tripping, but he tripping more. You done wasted time. You done wasted gas.
I don't know if he's tripping more. I think they both tripping. Equally tripping.
An hour. Y'all didn't have no IHOP.
First of all, we don't know what kind of conversation they've been having leading up to this. It may have been the plan that they was going to his place. So let's come on. We don't know. We don't really know the conversations around it. What the conversation should have been was, "This is my expectations." That's what she looked like a fool at, because you didn't put it out there that you was a Ruth Chris helpful, obviously. Because if you was, the conversation would have been real short.
She said Chick-fil-A.
I don't see the difference between Chick-fil-A and IHOP. What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm just mad that he drove an hour to go to IHOP. I don't care how anybody
he might live there. He might live there, and it may have been
so they ain't got
her to go to his place.
They ain't got no Ruby Tuesdays. No Applebee's. I don't like neither of them. If they got an IHOP, they got a Ruby Tuesday, a TGI Friday, a Applebee or something. Baby, I will get me some wings and a drink. You done took me to IHOP.
I personally don't
in the
see
middle of the day.
IHOP. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
An hour?
Especially because he goes on to say, I asked you what you wanted. You said whatever. And now you got a problem. Like I blame her. I'm sorry. You can blame him all you want.
An hour.
The only reason why he would drive an hour is because he lived there. He ain't driving an hour away for nothing. Come on, we talking about a man. You think he going out an hour after wait? No, he lived there. Let's be clear. They might be
on the first date too.
He lived there. I'm just saying. Either way it goes, they communicated terribly. I do think he should have took her home, even though she was acting stupid. I don't agree with the fact that she had to find a way home. I don't agree with that part. But otherwise, they both equally wrong, in my opinion.
See, this
and I blame her a little bit. I blame her a little bit less than him because you didn't make your requirements clear, obviously. Yeah. Some people gonna be like, she's just being too, she being too bougie. And a lot of people is gonna say that part. I don't blame people being bougie. That's your lifestyle. Be bougie all you want, but also be clear in your bouginess. On conversation number 3, let him know I expect this, and this. Don't assume,
I guess, child.
Don't assume nobody gonna do stuff. That's where you get in trouble.
I just don't understand. Unless I said that IHOP is my favorite restaurant, I don't understand why a first date would be to IHOP. I feel like he was trying to be funny. He was trying to get a reaction out of her. And he got what he wanted so that he could post it. That's just how I feel.
Ooh, well, okay, hold on. We got a lot of comments. Laughing.
Yes, Tiara, that was the first date.
Whew.
That was a first date. I don't care. You can have breakfast.
He called another dude and all. She did. He said, "WTF? What an IHOP look like? I don't know what they look like." She said, "Look how she is dressed. How dare she?
I like IHOP.
How dare these new wave? Right? She wasn't really dressed to be at no Ruth Chris or whatever this other restaurant. I don't even know it. I must obviously don't have enough money because I ain't know the other restaurant she listed at all."
What other restaurant did she say?
Something I don't remember. Whatever it was, I didn't know what it was.
I can't remember what she said.
Since I just went to IHOP, I wouldn't want to go either. Really, Terry. Sam said she better spend a lot of money in IHOP. He can't afford it. He being realistic. That's true. He said I can't afford them places. That's what said. They obviously should have had more conversation.
Which is fine. Like that's totally fine. I just think that it's messy. I honestly think that he was trying to be funny with taking her to IHOP. I honestly don't see anything wrong with IHOP. I would go to IHOP. Would it be a first date type of thing? Probably not. Not an ideal place for me. But there's cheaper places or more affordable places than IHOP. I just don't feel like that's a good.
And she was tripping as hard as she was in the restaurant she listed. She didn't say Ruby Tuesday Applebee's. She would have been tripping regardless.
That's true.
She didn't list no regular everyday smuggler 2 for $20 restaurants. I'm just saying.
Right, Tiara. He could have took her to First Watch. Thank you. He could have went to
no First Watch at most. I live in an area. It ain't no First Watch more than 40 miles close to this. I love First Watch. Anytime I'm around it, I'm hitting that bad boy. But if you in places like this,
they got baskets of bacon. They got baskets of bacon. That's when you know something is good.
That bacon is banging. And she wasn't dressed like Ruth Chris. I agree with that.
She wasn't. He
ain't an IHOP. Oh, it ain't an IHOP in San. So if I drive to Spring Lake, oh well. But Spring Lake is only like 20 minutes. Like it ain't an hour.
Spring Lake is down the road. I wouldn't be too mad about that. An hour. You done drove me an hour.
She said he hiding from his women. That might be true. Like I said, we don't really know the context around it. We only know this one moment in time, so it's really hard to judge it. But just based on what I seen, it sounds like communication is the problem.
And you want to know something else I want to point out? I don't know why some of these people go out on dates and ain't got money to get back home. Baby, if I'm going anywhere with any man, you best believe I can get back home. I don't need you to call me an Uber. Oh, excuse me. I forgot. I was trying not to cuss anymore. But I call my own Uber.
Too late. Sam said IHOP costs the same as Chick-fil-A. That was my thing. Like, it ain't no different. It really
Chick-fil-A comes from Chick-fil-A chicken comes from 2-parent homes.
You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done. She said she barely look like she eat a cookout.
I know a cookout person, and she looked just like that.
You know what? Sam said no, they equally tripping. Equal right. What? Why can't she pay? LOL being petty. Hey, I'm just saying. IHOP has more choices on the menu. It does. I like IHOP, so I don't see the problem.
I do too. If anybody want to go to IHOP in the morning, let me know. Nobody. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Nobody has ever done that to me. I met some good guys throughout my life. I will say the only thing that was messed up was that that crackhead that tried to take me out.
That brought the friend to the movie.
Yeah, that was the worst ever.
He said, "Ain't nobody trying to hang in the hometown." I mean, that's facts to an extent. Tierra said, "IHOP is trash. Let's go to First Watch." Trash is a strong word, Tierra. Trash is a strong word. It ain't First Watch.
It ain't First Watch, but it ain't trash. I like IHOP. I'm thinking about an omelet now.
She called him in, so he left her out there. She did. That was a first date, Chaz, and they drove an hour to have a surprise IHOP. I'm saying I don't know it because I ain't there, but he got to live there. He didn't drive an hour out the way to IHOP. I just don't think that's realistic. I'm sorry. It can't be. If it is, somebody know, let me know. But ain't no way he drove an hour to IHOP. He lived there. His apartment complex around the corner. It got to be. Come on now. It was better than Waffle House, and that's a fact.
Don't y'all come for Waffle House, because Waffle House at 2 o'clock after the club. 2 o'clock after the club, and that man be over there.
And a slippery slip floor. You better not wear your heels in that bad boy. You're gonna be laid out.
I remember I got put out of all the Waffle Houses in Greensboro back in my 20s. Couldn't go to none of them. Every single one of them. Some good times, baby. We had a time.
Denny's is terrible. That's like the Burger King of restaurants.
Like Denny's.
Denny's is horrible. Denny's to be shut down.
Denny's, their sausage tastes like somebody put out a cigarette on top of it and then cooked it.
Kel said maybe the drive was for conversation, getting to know each other. They could have did that in the parking lot at the McDonald's. Ain't nobody driving no hour for no conversation.
Which nothing is wrong with that. I probably would have preferred that to be the date. In the car, an hour, just talking, conversation. That right there probably would have been good. He could have cooked some dinner.
He didn't live where the IHOP is. He could have cooked some dinner.
We could have stopped at a taco truck.
Stopped by the Dollar Tree, got a few flowers, you know what I'm saying? Something.
Ain't no flowers in no Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree got a $5 owl now. I didn't know that till 3 days ago. They got a $5 owl now. You can rack it up.
Where have you been? You didn't know they had $5.
I didn't. I don't go in there a lot, obviously.
I go in there too much.
They got a $5 owl. You got a $5 owl. IHOP is definitely better than Waffle House. I agree. Tierra,
but at 3 o'clock.
Whatever. It's way better and cheaper, but I haven't had sausage in a while. You know what?
You know what?
Oh, the way along.
Same, sis, same.
No pun intended. Kel said that's one of my favorite things to do. Put some music on and ride through the country. I bet you don't ride an hour away. But yes, my music takes me
through the country. Yes.
He said a car date better than most. We can go through the drive-through, then park in the cut spot on Chill. Hey, I done it a few times in my younger days now. I'm old.
That was.
Our cut spot is the house now, but back in the day,
the house in the laundry room, so the kids don't hear it.
In the garage, close the door real tight. Okay, that's a cut spot now. But back in the day, Oh man. He said you ain't told to get in the back seat. Bye, Smooth. Bye.
I know. He said it went smooth as Deezy.
Oh, that's Deezy.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Facebook users. It said Smooth earlier. I know.
I don't know, child.
2 Facebook users. All right. He said, y'all said it best. They should have had more conversations prior to this. Yes. Okay. I am Deezy. I'm sorry. Yes, Deezy. Nice to have you on. Yeah. They definitely should have had more conversation. Most definitely. That's overall.
Baby, you could have took me on a picnic. We could have went to the park and you could have.
Well, why did she say that when they was talking? But she do what us women do. What do you want? Oh, it don't matter.
No, you want to know what? A lot of men go for women that they have no business going after, and then they get upset that the women react the way that they react. She obviously is a bougie type of person. She obviously likes Ruth Chris and all this kind of stuff. She wants men to spend money on her. Those are the type of women that he go after. But then he gets mad whenever they react the way they react. Go to somebody that's more humble. Go to somebody that's okay with IHOP. Those are the people that y'all are not attracted to a lot of the times.
Though. That's both sided though. Like, yes, he should go after those women, but also women got to be more clear in what they want to. I'm like, let's not one side the thing. Women got to be more clear. Just be upfront about it. Date number 1, get to know each other. We cute, we flirting. Date number 2, all right, this is our expectations. Women don't like to do that. Women like to go with the flow.
I like to go with the flow.
Exactly. That's my point. And then you be like, he should have known. How would he know?
You can read my mind, baby. You can read my
mind. They be way farther along. They can read minds. Okay. Stop going with the flow. Okay, and then be mad when he ain't flowing with you. Men are simple creatures.
3 years
Just
later.
tell them what you need. Just tell them what you need. That's simple. Ain't no, if they were mind readers, they have way more money. Look, she's fanning on me. She's fanning on me. Oh, he said trucks have beds for a reason. Deezy said at least he offered food. Need to start taking ladies to the gym. You know what? I'm done. Sam said they should have just hooked up. That's why what they both wanted. She wanted and he wanted. That might be fast, but I guess she thought he was gonna at least feed her some steak from Ruth Chris, which ain't gonna be great that day. At first, at least. Okay. That woman wasn't dressed. She wasn't dressed with Ruth Chris. She really was. I don't
like about the gym thing. The gym thing took me because baby, all I got is like 2 good push-ups. That's it.
Y'all should have seen her day we was in Zumba. Like, come on, if I can do this, I know you got it. Come on now.
Knee was hurting.
She didn't have it. He said, don't go out and start ordering you can't pronounce or spell, talking about a steak. What kind of knowing you eat chicken nuggets and fries? Bye. He said, going with the flow ends up with us on the floor. Gail said, Ruth Chris is really good, but that's not first date type stuff. Maybe anniversary, because you have to start out like you can hold out and she going to expect it all the time. I agree with that.
I wasn't impressed with Ruth Chris.
Tiara said they could see the names on the chat. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Let me find out StreamYard tripping. Let me find out.
That's weird. Anywho.
Sorry, y'all. Look, see. Slipping.
She could spend none of the stuff on the menu at Ruth Chris.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's somebody.
I want to fillet mignon.
A minion. I'm done. Oh man. All right. So this topic a little bit more serious, and I ain't tell Chaz about it beforehand, so she get upset. I'm sorry, y'all. But here it is.
Sarah Benefield was shot and killed in front of her 3 young children when she went to drop them off for school on October 5th, in a case that's become a lightning rod for critics of the state's 2019 bail reforms, because the day before he allegedly killed her, Adam Benefield was in court on domestic violence charges after his wife posted a video of him beating her. But he was released without bail and then took off before police caught up to him a week later. Benefield had been released on the original assault charges because they were filed as misdemeanors, and under bail reform the judge could not order him held, and the DA bristled at those who suggest his office dropped the ball by not filing felony counts.
They're basically advocating that we fabricate evidence and fabricate charges in order to make it a felony, so this guy could have been held on bail on the original charges. We don't do that.
And despite the video of the victim being punched, kicked, and slapped,
we can't charge on optics. The optics are bad. The optics are awful, but the evidence needs to be there to the victim to elevate the crime, and the evidence was not there. She was not injured at all.
While in Buffalo today, Governor Kathy Hochul indicated she sees no need to reform bail reform.
I don't think that's the answer. The answer is to make sure that a woman like that poor woman, has the support system she needs, has the ability to get an order of protection.
But according to Flynn, the victim in this case had both. And though he supports most aspects of bail reform, he thinks this case demonstrates a need for change.
I have a specific solution to it. Give judges the ability to factor in dangerousness when they are assessing bail.
Well, it's way longer than that, but you get the gist of it. So pretty much he was beating her. She pressed charges against him. They released him because it was a misdemeanor. He turned around and killed her. I'm sorry.
I had to.
I know. Oh, and the children seen it. The children seen him kill her.
See, no. Okay. First of all, the court system. How? Like, why? Why didn't he have a bail? Y'all give big bails to people that are out here selling drugs, to people that are willingly taking drugs. This man beat her. She had video evidence of it to show that she was getting abused.
The optics wasn't right.
What are the optics? They're black. This is why I'm telling y'all. I know a lot of people go out, they vote whenever it's the president's time, and that's whenever people get up and go out and vote. Y'all have got to start voting for your local people. Those are the people that represent you. Those are the people that can make your community safer or not. Because a lot of them be dropping the ball, but it's because a lot of them get through it because a lot of people are not going out there voting for your local representatives. I don't understand why this man was out on bail. Another thing, women, baby, you knew that man was messed up before you married him and before you had 3 kids by him. Stop settling for these not shit men and for these men that are abusive, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or whatever, because it's going to eventually lead down to physically. So stop it.
Right.
And I don't want to blame her, but I know that she saw that this right here was gonna happen before it even happened. We done seen some people out here, and you like, you know what? He a little bit crazy. He might kill me. He might just kill me. Now there are other times where they show up and they show out, and then all of a sudden they switch. But I don't feel like a lot of times they do. What county was that?
Oh, I don't know. But we ain't gonna call the county out. But I don't know. But yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm trying to tread lightly, you know. Chaz
in front of the babies. In front of the babies.
Them in front of the babies, and it wasn't even long after like he got released that he went over there and did that. Like it was some. Yeah, it's terrible. I agree with the process. I guess that was the prosecutor. What he said is that we need to give more leeway to the judges. But I also feel like it needs to be more laws in place for domestic violence. We almost treat domestic violence like it's kind of a crime, but kind of not at the same time. And I don't like that. Like assault is assault, no matter if it's partner to partner, no matter if it's coworker to coworker, no, it's white to black. It's assault. But it's like for some reason when it comes around domestic violence, it gets weird, and it shouldn't.
So I agree that it shouldn't. but the reason why it gets weird is because a lot of women, I'm just gonna say it, a lot of women go out here and they will say that a man abused them and then go back and recant it. It might be out of fear. It might just be out of, I was mad at this moment, so I said that you did it, but now we're back friend. You brought me some flowers, so or you brought me a Gucci purse or something. So now we back together. So
I mean,
that
that
right
girl
there
that you know that I don't with the tooth missing. She do that a lot. She literally just done it. She posted a video with a busted lip talking about he did this, and then the next day, oh no, it was me. I was tripping. Like, why do we do that?
Well, she said that she was trying to jump out the car or something like that, which I don't believe that her bruises came from trying to jump out of a car. I really like Krishan. I wish that she figured out that she is way better than him. She has so much potential. She is like a very athletic person. She just never felt love. And this was the first man that loved her, even though he doesn't love her. He doesn't. But this is the love.
He may think he love her. He don't know how to, is what I'm
right.
Which happens a lot. I don't know him personally, but a lot of times when it's this situation, people don't know how to love. They only know what they know and they lash out or whatever the case may be. They both need to separate, get therapy.
Right. But she's been through a lot, and I'm pretty sure he's probably been through a lot. I ain't never really followed his story. I followed her story because she's very athletic. She does like football and all that kind of stuff. She has an amazing body. And she's beautiful. So I was like, let me find out about this crazy chick right here. So I did go down her rabbit hole.
But she makes her identity him. And I don't like that.
I know. I don't like
know her because of their whatever they are. And that's it. Like, I don't know why people have to make their identity that.
But so to bring it back, that's why domestic violence is not looked at the way that it should be looked at because of situations like that. And she's not the first, she's not the last. It's probably somebody right now at the magistrate office taking out some papers on a man and then gonna be back with him tomorrow. Y'all got to stop.
Yeah.
Stop. If a man put his hands on you once, he would do it twice.
He would do it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. That's facts.
Exactly. You put your hands on me, baby.
Even if it's subtle things of like he not doing it to you, but like he like punching walls, throwing furniture, like you know what I'm saying? Like we have to keep all of that in mind. Like he just starting out on that furniture. That don't mean that's how he gonna end up. And I'm not saying all men will get to that point, but it's like don't ignore it. I guess it's my thing.
Right.
Like don't be like, oh my God, he hit me when he really been showing you signs that he kind of aggressive. Like, let's be real. We got to be more realistic. People show you who they are, believe them. Point blank, period. He said, can women not tell some men just ain't mentally right? I don't think so. I don't think so
because a lot of women ain't mentally right.
That part, we all out here struggling mentally, okay? All of us got our traumas. All of us got the stuff we went through and don't know how to react, or don't know how to live, or don't know how to communicate. A lot of us have that. Just because some women out here may not recognize a man as physically abusing them, but they might be verbally abusing them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we all need help. I guess is my point. So sometimes it ain't just in your face. Like
you're right. It's the emotional, what do I call it? Love bombing. To me, I feel like love bombing is abuse. Also manipulating them. I seen something the other Irv Gotti and Ashanti. Irv Gotti, in my opinion, was very abusive to Ashanti. And if y'all haven't listened to Angie Martinez's interview with Ashanti, go back and listen to it and see how y'all feel about it. It was never physical. It was all mental. And like he was telling her that nobody really messed with her like that. Nobody really liked her. Nobody in the industry really wanted.
That's worse than physical. I mean, both is bad.
Right.
But sometimes that mental.
Rough. And I feel, but she doesn't, in my opinion, I don't think that she feels like that she was a victim of abuse. And I guess because she wasn't really hurt by it. But from me listening to it, he was very abusive towards her. Wow. It just wasn't physical, which is one of those things. It's not in your face. My face is still pretty. I'm not hurt, but it's still abuse.
Right. He also said they can't be loved to trigger something like either you insecure or naturally violent. Well, it's probably a little bit of both. It's probably a little bit of all of that. It might be love. It might be fear of losing that love. It might be fear of I can't believe somebody love me. Like it's a lot of factors that can go into it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they should take you to this point. I'm just saying a lot of people don't know how to manage it because they never had it. They don't have examples. They don't have somebody talking to them about it. I mean, especially growing up, I remember some conversations with my family about things, but I don't remember like deep, detailed conversations of signs of abuse or signs of this or things of that nature. So, oh Lord, I don't know what she's looking at. But yeah. He said, I've always said if I gotta whoop you to keep you, I don't need to be there. Ain't no way. Sam said I would have gave him the chair. That part. Tierra said that's so sad and that happens all the time. That's facts.
All the time. Baby, y'all better keep y'all some grits at the house when he fall asleep.
All right. Not when he fall asleep. Come on now. He got at least be awake. Or you going to jail?
No. I don't care.
At least let him be awake.
I got out
towards you. Because it ain't making them no money, so the system don't care. Yeah.
That's true.
You talking about vote DZ. Them kind of show you them signs early. Some women think that it means he love hard. SMH, be careful. I think that comes with women too. Some men think women acting stalkerish or clingy is that, oh, she really care. Like it goes both ways.
No, that bitch is crazy.
It goes both ways. Then you mad because she done burnt your house up. You seen the signs. You just ignored it. Definitely goes both ways. Sam said you don't abuse what you love. We know the courts ain't. That's facts. He said, hold up. Isn't this the case where she wasn't the wife, but she was the side chick and he killed her because she contacted the wife? I think that's
what I was just reading.
Is that the same story? That's or is that a different story?
I think it's a different story. I don't think it's the same story. I'm almost positive it's not. But I did see that story, but I didn't want to talk about it because I knew my heart would start pulsating.
She be getting mad in these streets, okay? Yolanda said the red flags will be there first. That's facts. He said that happened in Sanford 2010, for real. That's scary. Sam said no matter what state or territory you are in the USA. That's facts too. Tia said that's why I end it quick when someone who talks crazy to me, anyone who yells at me, and anyone who is mean to me or other women, to me, that man is likely to beat me.
Exactly. That's what I feel too. I feel it too.
Really? I don't think somebody who raised their voice gonna beat me.
No, I ain't gonna say you're gonna beat me, but if I'm here, why are you all the way up here? No, And then I had this dude that I talked to when I was younger, when I was like 18, 19, and we had got into an argument and he raised his voice and I was just like, that's not me. I'm not a fussing type of person. We stopped talking. We stopped talking because I was in school and I was trying to focus on school. Yo, this nigga he sent me messages. He was like, I will do to you what Ray Caruth did to that girl. He used to send me messages at night and be like, I saw you had on this, and this. I saw that dude in the blue hat with the white H on it, try to holler at you and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, where are you? Child, red flag all day. And he was crazy. And I called his mom. I said, your son is crazy. You need to get him some help. And she was like, baby, I already know. But I went on and got out of that situation. Then I found out a couple of years later that the girl that he started talking to after me, he was beating her.
Wow. So you seen the red flags and you got up out of it?
I saw the red flag and I ran. I ain't staying there, baby. That flag did not look pink. It did not look like it was going to turn yellow.
She had to use her inhaler and probably ended up at CCH, but she ran.
I was in Greensboro there.
But she ran. Regina said in most cases you will need proof of violence on multiple occasions, but why? Plus, when they see us minorities, they know we make excuses for our men. I've seen it done. That sucks.
I said
he need to talk to the lady. They do need to talk to the lady.
They need to talk to the lady, the man, God, white Jesus, baby Jesus,
Jehovah,
black Jesus.
okay, Buddha, whoever you serve, Allah, whoever you serve, okay,
Whoever.
talk to them.
Talk to them.
Them.
Work through y'all
Black
problems.
women feel on this, got him like this, and they overlook because he may carry demon. You right?
Yeah, that's true.
You said a mouthful. Chassie do that.
Go
No,
ahead.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I ain't call it.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a
Right.
demon that one time. I broke into his house. Why are you being weird to me?
I broke into. She didn't mean it. Erase,
Yes,
edit,
she did.
cut. She didn't mean it.
I broke into his house.
No.
Like, why you
flag.
stop
Flag
messaging?
on the play. Flag. Flag on the play. She didn't mean it.
Yes, I did. I did it.
You should never be surprised when a snake strikes. That's fact.
That's-
Mental is way worse. It can cause you to do something to yourself or look at yourself poorly. That's facts. Mental definitely lasts with you way longer than physically. Not that either one is more worse than the other, but something about that, somebody messing with your mind, like that's a whole new ball game. Like for real. And a lot of times when people are abusing you physically, they doing it mentally as well too. So it kind of goes hand in hand. So
Right. That's true. That's true. Ladies, guard your hearts and your vaginas.
look,
Water.
Beezy said, "What's in this cup? It ain't water.
Water.
It ain't water. If it is water, it came from Lake Minnetonka." It ain't that regular water, I'll tell you that.
It's water. But the blood of Jesus, baby.
You know what? Done. DONE. DOA. All of that. So there was one more story I wanted to get your input on, and it was a man was having sex with women knowing that he had AIDS and was not telling them. So he went as far as like not telling the woman getting sick, having symptoms, going to the doctor, taking him with her to the doctor, but also still saying I ain't got nothing. Like it went way left. And finally at the end, he was like, "Oh yeah, I had it." What would you do if that happened to you?
I'd kill him, his mama, grandma, his favorite aunt. Who's your favorite cousin?
Aunt. The aunt ain't got to do
Child,
it.
everybody got to go. The doctor.
The aunt ain't got to do with it. So yeah, this happened in Oklahoma City. He was accused of knowingly spreading HIV. He has been put in Oklahoma County Jail and charged with 3 felony counts of spreading infectious disease. Is that a thing in North Carolina where you can spread infectious disease and get charged? I don't really know. You know, North Carolina a little different.
Yeah, you know, North Carolina don't care. They don't care about nothing.
They really don't. But yeah, like I said, she got sick finally and blase. She went to the doctor, thought she had a staph infection. It wasn't that. Turned out she had HIV, but he still denying it. Even to this day, he's like, I don't know. I mean, you know, I ended up having it, but I got it from her. But he didn't. He had it before. He had it before her.
So he knew that he had it.
He knew he had it. At the end of the day, he knew he had it. But he went on about life like it didn't happen. And then tried to deny it.
See, this is why you wear condoms, y'all, because it don't count anyway. And
you know I'm good. She say this every time. I can't. You've been saying this since we started this podcast.
Body count 2. Body count 2. If you
don't listen to her, y'all. Do not listen to her.
It's not funny. Okay. I'm back.
What made it even worse is that even when she like found out she had a diagnosis or whatever, blase, He denied. Then finally a week later, so oh yeah, by the way, I probably did have it. But then kept telling her it wasn't a big deal. It ain't a big deal. Ain't a big deal.
So
what?
So I will say that AIDS, HIV is now no longer a death sentence. I will say that. However,
it's still a big deal,
sir, it's a very big deal. Number one. Number two, you could have been open and upfront. There are medication out here that people can take that can protect themselves to keep them from getting the virus. That it's too much. It's too much. And I would have stabbed him from one medulla oblongata to the other medulla oblongata.
He wouldn't have gave it to nobody else. Lorena Bobbitt and this bad boy.
All day. And then stuffed it down his throat.
The only way he'd have got it, they would have had to cut his toe off to put that bad boy back on. Okay. Ain't nobody gonna want that anyway. That's the only way. I would have cut that bad boy, I'll put it in a blender. It'd have been 1,100 pieces. Okay.
Right. But so honestly, on the real tip, there are a lot of uncurable diseases out here. However, scientists and whoever, the people that does the things, they have made so many medications that make it so that these people don't get these diseases. There's also the fact that social media is so big. There's so many groups of people that already have HIV and AIDS that you can find and date. People that have herpes that you could go out there and find and date. And just be honest and open about your status. Some people are more open to it if you are open up front and educated about it. Some, not
educated
all.
about it. Yes, I ain't gonna say more people open though, and that's probably why people don't say it. Let's be real. Both sides are uneducated.
So date within your community. Right. Like I said,
right.
There's
the answer is not to just go out here and do what you want to do because you don't want to be right. Rejected. That's not the answer.
Right. That's not the answer. And here we are.
And even now, she has HIV, but she doesn't have AIDS. She said, I caught the disease early. I'm undetectable. I don't have AIDS. I'm not dying. And she has a boyfriend, which is all great. But I'm like, you kind of still belittling them. Like, I know HIV and AIDS is not the same per se, but it's still serious enough to take it more serious, I guess is my thing. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I feel like sometimes we belittle HIV a little bit too much, but HIV turns into AIDS. So, I mean.
Right. But if it's undetectable, which means,
can turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if it's undetectable, a lot of the times it doesn't go that far. And that's because they have all these medications and things out there. Like I don't know if I ever told this story before, but I feel like I did. But my grandma, she used to take care of this man. They used to date back in the day. And he was the first person that I ever knew that had HIV before even Magic Johnson. I was going to say Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson. Even before Magic
Michael B.
Even before Magic Johnson had it. And or it might have been like around the same time. But anyway, he got it from a blood transfusion that he had at a hospital back in the 80s. And my grandma, she, like, if you were willing to sit down and listen to what she was saying, she taught us about HIV and AIDS because she went out and did the research and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, it's not a death sentence now. It was then, but it's still not even as bad as back then. It wasn't as bad as people was making it out to be. And it wasn't as easily transferable as people was making it out to be. There's a whole lot of things that you got to do to get there.
Right. It is, and a lot of it is education, for real. But I just don't want people to lie to get
for 2 years. They said that's just it.
Okay, where you at? Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
I'm way behind. Oh Lord, Sam done pulled up the statue. Okay, he done pulled the NC General statue in. Blah blah blah. All right, Sam, you better be in there. Yes,
I know
that's
that's right.
illegal. A felony. It should be a felony. It should be. Man, condoms point blank. Condoms
Exactly.
point blank, but you can also still get it with condoms. So let's be clear.
This is true. This is true.
Condoms ain't the end all be all. Okay.
They only 99.9%. That's why I got pregnant twice.
I can't stand her. I can't stand her. Oh my God. 99.9, but she got pregnant twice. Let me put that back out there. Okay.
No, it's the Hennessy.
He
That's
said,
why I'm
"Maybe
drinking.
slip off." Sam said men and women need to get in PrEP if you are having unprotected sex. You can get it for free in most states.
And can.
That's facts. That's facts. They even have a whole Medicaid now that you can. I mean, we don't qualify, but they have a whole Medicaid out there now where you can get pregnancy/sex items for free. Now that's all they get you. Now you go to the hospital, you're on your own, but it get you some protection. Okay, there's resources out there.
So you can get the PrEP on Medicaid. I'm gonna research that to see.
Don't quote me on it, but some states, yes, you can.
I'm gonna research that to see because I'm interested to know.
But there are some like planning Medicaids. I don't know what all entails in it, but it is some planning Medicaids where you don't get full Medicaid, but you get enough to keep you protected. Okay, but don't quote me on what exactly.
Planned Parenthood Medicaid also pays for vasectomies for men that say they can't afford it. Just FYI.
Well,
go ahead, keep going.
Don't snip. All right. Sam said men and women need to. Oh, I already read it. I'm sorry. Vince said it takes several years for HIV to show up, and she had to be with him for a while. I mean, they had children.
That's what I was thinking.
Children together, I think. If she was with him for less than 5 to 7 years, she already had it. You think so? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I might have to research that.
Yeah, we may have to. She may have been messing with him on and off for 5 to 7 years. There's a lot of women out there that messing with somebody on and off.
Don't talk about me. I let that man go.
I was not talking about her, but I'm glad she called herself out. When she said, "Man, Pornhub usage is at an all-time high." Facts.
And is.
Sam said you also need to know what type of. I was hoping you didn't hear that. You also need. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Pineapples. Erase, delete, edit. You also need to know what type of HIV you have.
Wait, it's different types of HIV? Is that what he said?
I didn't know that either. Educate us. I think this was Deezy. I'm trying to look at both screens at the same time.
Pamela Henderson.
Has been good to him. Right. HIV is just junior AIDS. That's facts. I mean, that's facts. Sarah said, okay, I looked it up. It's a misdemeanor in North Carolina. Why is it a misdemeanor, though?
I feel like that should be a felony.
If you didn't know and you went out and you sold your Royal Oaks or whatever they say, I can see that being a misdemeanor. But if you know you had it and you didn't tell nobody, that's not a misdemeanor.
That's a felony.
That's a felony.
One.
Sometimes. What's the things you got to do to get there? Educate us. I'm probably too far behind in the way.
I'm just like sex and all that kind of stuff. It's just because somebody ejaculates in you doesn't necessarily mean that you will get AIDS if they have it. Like Vern said, they had to be messing around for a couple of years in order for it to happen. There's also incidents of blood transfusions, open cuts, and all that kind of stuff that you can get it, but it's not as it's a common cold is easier to get than HIV.
That's facts. That's definitely facts. But we treated COVID like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, girl, monkeypox people were scared though. I was like,
they was. That's because they was disconfigured. Okay, COVID you can't see on the outside. You just look horrible from the inside out. Monkeypox, you toe up.
Y'all showed y'all
vain. We so vain. You realize that we are some vain people.
Listen, when they said that monkeypox, that if you get it in your butthole, that it feels like you are pooping out glass. I was like, I definitely do not want that. Yes.
Flag on the plate. I done had children, so I definitely don't want to feel like glass coming out. I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. He said the NC planning. Yep. If you go through your state medical systems, you can get it for free most of the time. See, people don't be utilizing their resources. Different grants are there for you. Look up HIV-1.
Okay, yes.
HIV-2
and HIV-2. Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about those. Okay.
I did not marry. Said there's a federal law against.
She had like she's been married her whole life.
Hey, I might as well. They said the common code is to get rid of too. IV
That's
drug
true.
use. Facts.
That's true.
So does hemorrhoids. Facts.
I ain't never had hemorrhoids. I was scared that I was gonna get hemorrhoids when I was pregnant.
First child, it was rough in these streets. Okay. That's probably TMI.
Child.
But that first child was rough. I pushed them out. Okay.
Look, I was terrified.
That first child.
I pushed Biscuit out. I pushed him out. I didn't get hemorrhoids, but I was praying. I was like, damn, itty bitty baby Jesus. There's a lot of things I'm scared of.
Why he gotta be itty bitty baby Jesus?
Because baby, I needed to talk to the newborn one. The one that had just came out. He understand. You know how it was when Mary pushed him out.
He actually probably don't, but I'm done. Oh man. Whew, you got me slobbering. All right, to close this out, how you feel about Kanye West this week? Did you know he in the news?
Girl, bye. Bye.
You know the family of Florida suing him now.
So they are suing him?
Yep. I don't remember exactly what they sued him for, but whatever I heard, they said you can't actually sue for defamation of character after somebody has died, but they still found a loophole to sue him.
Okay.
They did find a loophole to sue him. Somebody to do. What can we do with Conway to get him to shut up? Is what I want to know. What can we do?
No, Tiara, that apology was I don't know. Kanye, like I said, sometimes Kanye does make sense. And maybe 2 years from now, I might look back and be like, you know what? He was right. Mm-hmm. But I don't see it. I don't know. Kanye,
I was done with him when he said slavery was a choice. I was done with him then.
Exactly. And then so this is the thing. This is the thing that I want people to understand. Like, people are so upset that he is getting canceled right now because he made an anti-Semitic statement about the Jewish community. The Jewish community sticks together. It doesn't matter who's rich, who's poor, who's cute, who's ugly, who lives here, who lives there, who can afford this, who can't afford this. They all stick together. Whenever he made the statement about that slavery was a choice, Black people did not stick together. Y'all do not stick together. And that's why he did not get canceled. Out of everything else that he has done, he got canceled because he said something to the right folks at the right time. And those are the people that canceled him.
You know, normally I don't agree with you, but I have to agree with you on this one. I do. You're right. We didn't cancel him.
They stick together.
A lot of Black folk made excuse of him. He's still a genius. He's still a musical this. He's the best producer. He's the best. And all of that is true. That don't mean he don't need to be canceled though.
And I'm not saying cancel because I don't like cancel culture. I hate cancel culture.
At this point, he's at cancel. At this point, he's at cancel.
But yeah, he's canceled.
Now, I'm not with cancel culture when it's like one mistake and then we cancel it. I'm not with it with that.
Oh,
he way past one mistake. He way past one mistake.
I stopped listening to him whenever
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
whenever
10,
he moved across the street from Kim. I was like, okay, this is a little bit too much. This is somebody that is crazy.
We need some help. But you know, some people say he did this on purpose because he was trying to get out of the deals that he was in, and nobody would let him out. So he did this so they wouldn't let him out of the contract. But was that still worth it though? Was it still worth doing what he did to get out of those contracts?
It may be, because I honestly don't feel like Kanye is canceled. I feel like there's just as many people that don't fuck with him. He has more that do, and that make statements of he's a genius and all this kind of things. I honestly don't think that he's canceled. I think he's going to be able to make a comeback. Just being honest. Right. And if that was his way of getting out, then I might come back and be like, you know what? Kanye is a genius.
I ain't gonna come back and say it. I might think it, but I ain't gonna say it.
I will say if I'm wrong, I will say that I was wrong. But
I think he's very talented, but I also think he should be held accountable for your actions. I guess is my thing. Like,
and he was.
We can't like one in the. He was, but he wasn't. It's R. Kelly all over again. We knew R. Kelly wasn't nothing 10 years ago,
and once
we let him off because of his talent.
Right, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta separate the two. Somebody can be a terrible person, but be talented. But for some reason, we put it all together.
They put not R. Kelly, not step in the name of love. You mean the rapist?
Right. He's still
the one that married and impregnated Aaliyah.
He's still
that y'all let
a trash
slide.
person. He's still a trash person. He's talented, but he's still a trash person. But for some reason, we like I don't want to say ignore, but we be blind to it. Like we know what's going on, but it's like, it's like the uncle messing with the nieces.
That's what I'm
the family. Like we know what's happening.
It's because a lot of the people, honestly, I feel like the whole R. Kelly situation, and I may be wrong, and people may come back and be like, no, that never happened. I feel like a lot of people that overlooked the whole R. Kelly situation had an uncle that either molested them or they knew about an uncle that was molesting their cousin, and they was okay with it and they swept it under the rug. There's no way that anybody thinks that anything that R. Kelly done was okay.
Right. And you know, people try to like switch
or
it
auntie, because we ain't gonna we
ain't discriminating. But people try to switch it off and be like, but the parents knew better. They all was wrong at the end of the day. Like we can't just switch it over to R. Kelly being okay, but the parents knew better. No, they all knew better.
They all knew better. They all were wrong. They all were 100% wrong. And I'm okay with them going back and charging the parents. I am 100% okay with them doing that. That's how wrong that I feel that R. Kelly was. R. Kelly was 100% wrong. What the hell was we was talking about? Kanye. Kanye is crazy. Kanye may be a genius. Kanye got canceled because he talked about the right people at the right time. And y'all always talk about why we can't prosper and all this kind of stuff. Is because we don't stick together and we want to believe that Uncle Leroy is going to be okay. He just a little crazy, but he fine. No, Uncle Leroy is crazy and we need to leave Uncle Leroy alone, just like we need to leave Kanye alone. Let Kanye do what Kanye gonna do. Y'all got to stop supporting people that do not need to be supported. This man sat up here and said that slavery was a choice. He sat up here and had on a whole shirt that said White Lives Matter. White lives do matter. They do matter. I will never take that away from them.
All lives do matter, even though we don't like to say
all lives matter.
All lives do matter.
Yeah, all lives do matter. However, the whole Black Lives Matter was a whole different statement that we was trying to make. And for anybody to come back and say White Lives Matter and all lives matter is a slap in the face. And he's slapping all of y'all in the face. This is the same man that said get rich and leave you for a white girl. And what did he do? He went out and did it. Then he want to go and say that Kim only dates black men for clout and all this kind of stuff. Nigga,
you knew that when you started dating her. You knew she was dating black dudes when you dated her.
He stalked her.
Why are you trying to throw something in the face when you already knew that? Like,
you already knew. Like I've looked at Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and he used to come on all the time trying to holler at her, especially whenever she was with Chris Humphries. So I don't know why y'all keep taking up for him.
I don't either. You know, somebody says, I actually watched a podcast with Kev on stage. I love him. Tierra watch him too. And he said, you can't help your mental health, but you also have to make sure that you are responsible for your mental health.
Exactly.
So like I feel like we always weigh on the fact that people can't help that they have mental health and we let them get away with stuff. But as a grown person, you still responsible for making sure you get the help that you need. And he's not.
He's not.
He's not. So we gotta get away from that. Let's see. I'm behind again. Ignore him, resist the devil, and he will flee. Done, Kevin. Sam said by talking about him keeps him going. That's facts. And
That's true.
exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Atia said you can still be a musical genius and be wrong. People are really People are really thinking that just because you are like a person, you have to like everything what they do and say fast. Kel said if Yeezy starts showing up in Burlington Coop out here, Ross is up. I didn't care what y'all say. Hey, them Shacks started showing up in Walmart.
I want to talk about
worth nothing.
Right. But I also want to discuss the fact that Goodwill said they will no longer accept Yeezys. Goodwill are not good people. And if anybody donates to Goodwill, please stop it. They are horrible especially when it comes to the disabled people. And look it up, and that's who they try to say that they support. But look it up. They are not good people. So who cares, Goodwill? Who cares that you don't want his stuff? Fuck y'all too.
Where was I at? Sorry. I mean, I don't care. You fine. I don't care. I don't think he's terrible. I think he's a man who needs his children because he sees the world for what it is.
I don't agree with it.
I don't know if I agree with it either, but hey, we're gonna digress. Kevin said Robert is exactly where he needs to be. Regina, we need you to tell us more off the live. Sam said, I told y'all 1 hour, 22 minutes. Is she tipsy, Sam? Is she tipsy?
16. 1 hour, 16. I'm at an hour. Sam, I'm gonna have to buy you lunch or dinner or something. We're gonna have to go out.
The worst, their store and they stink. They don't stink, do they? I never see Goodwill, so I don't really know.
Goodwill is horrible.
We don't have a Goodwill here, do we? Or Fairview. We don't Goodwill, do we? No, we don't. I'm sorry, we don't. Okay, I don't think he is terrible. I think he is a man who needs his children because I'm trying to understand, Regina. If you still on, please explain.
Because he see the world for what it is. I feel like he does see the world for what it is. I feel like he does need his children. I don't feel like I don't know, because he has done some crazy things. I was gonna say he hasn't done anything that has caused harm to you. Let that man see his kids, because baby, at the end of the day, it's FTK. Fuck them kids.
No, I got it. I was like, no. Pineapple.
Come get these kids. Mama needs a break. Come get these kids. But I honestly don't. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like if he's not been around his kids that Kim is doing it to be mean. I feel like it's probably a reason why, if that's the case.
Just looking from that outside in, I don't see him being stable.
Keep talking to him.
I'm saying she's just gonna leave it like that. So imagine not being the person. I mean, imagine being the person in the situation. If I'm on the outside looking in and I'm like, he's not stable. Imagine being the person who is inside trying to figure out if he's stable enough to be around the kids. It's hard to know as parents. It's hard to know whether we are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. We're looking out for the child, or we're putting our best interests or our own opinions in the matter, in the fact of when we decide these things. But looking from my point of view, I wouldn't let him be around the kids either. Well, I ain't gonna say not be around, because I let my baby father be around around my oldest. But I would be careful. I guess I would be careful. I do feel like sometimes celebrities put too much power into, their ability to keep the parent. Why ain't you gonna say celebrities? Some of these regular women and men using their ability to keep people away from their kids, and it's not right. But like I said, just looking from the outside in, like, would you, being somebody that had been with Kanye West and his shenanigans, would you just let him be around the kids? Nah, I can't say I would. I can't say I would. Y'all comment, let me know. Would you? Maybe I'm crazy, because we try to protect our kids the best we can. And sometimes it's really hard, but we try our best to protect our kids. So sometimes it's hard to find that like halfway line of I'm not trying to keep you away from the kids, but also trying to be responsible. Like one of us got to be the responsible parent.
Right.
So it's like it's really hard to find that thin line of what's responsible and what's just being too extreme when it comes to kids, because kids are vulnerable. Kids are just kids. So we try to keep people away that's not have their best interests at heart. And sometimes it's not because people don't have their best interests at heart because they don't want to. Sometimes they just don't have the capability to have their best interests at heart. And sometimes us other parents, us moms, aka, can see that, and sometimes the other partner cannot. They just see it as we trying to punish them. But it's not. It's like we all trying to figure out life. We're all trying to parent to the best of our ability. At this moment, this feels right.
Right.
And somebody commented like, let the court make the decision, but sometimes the court don't make the decision.
They don't do right.
Sometimes they don't.
And as a parent that had a situation where it wasn't necessarily he did anything wrong, it was just the part where I didn't know where my kids were at. So me and my kids' dad, we had broke up. We wasn't together. He had decided that he was going to get the kids for a weekend. Well, for one day. And I was supposed to get them the next day. I'm calling and calling and calling, and he's not answering the phone. He told me that he was going to be at one place. I go to that place. He was never there, had never been there. So then I started like riding around all of Lee County, riding around Chatham County, going to all his friends' houses and everything. Y'all, and I had so much anxiety, not knowing where my kids were at, not knowing if they were okay, not knowing what was going on with them, and the fact that he wasn't answering the phone. So I ended up texting my cousin, and it just so happened that the girl that he was talking to was the daughter of my cousin's neighbor. Didn't even notice whenever I text my cousin, just was able to find that out. And my cousin was like, oh yeah, I saw your kids yesterday over at their house. So that's how she knew that they was together. So I went on Facebook, I found her, and I reached out to her, and she finally was the person that like commented back to me. And it's like, she wasn't a bad person. I mean, I don't really fuck with her like that, but she wasn't a bad person. But the fact that like just being a parent and not knowing what's going on with your kids and having somebody that is not good at communicating with you, it sucks and it's scary. And even I teeter-totter with my kids going with their daddy sometimes because he is horrible when it comes to communication. And sometimes it's the littlest things. Baby, you could have told me that you was going up there to lay up with her. That's fine. I don't care. I don't want you. Why did you lie to me? And then whenever I called to get my kids at the time that I was supposed to get them, you wasn't where you were supposed to be. And you just lied for no reason. I don't care. I don't care. So
these is what we on. We got emotional a little bit. But when it comes to the kids, we can't help ourselves, okay? We can't help ourselves.
Right.
It's a fine line when it comes to parenting, like I said. Like it's especially for us women. I ain't saying it ain't hard for men, but I'm just saying, especially for us women, like we take all into account, like all avenues, all people, all, whether it's family or not, good or bad, like we putting the worst and the best in our mind when it comes to all situations. So a lot of people like down us women because we have this thought process, but it's like somebody got to. Like somebody got to be the person to be like, okay, if A happened, this is what it is. If B happened, this is what it is. If C happened, this is what it is. But y'all treat us like we overanalyze, and it's like, no, like we are loving our kids the best to our ability. Point blank period. And Regina said he has lost all that he truly cared about. First was mom. We knew from the graduation album he did. That nigga was carrying loose screws. He was. His family kept him cool. Now since mom gone, he has children that are painting him to be crazy. I don't want to say it's the children per se. I think it's the parents alone with the children. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the parents alone. He being crazy. He no longer care about money. He wants his family because it makes him feel human of some sort. I feel everything else. He is just shining light to stay on topic like a baby mama throwing tantrums. I agree with that part. I agree with that part. But he also had to take accountability because Kim and them have this authority because of how he's acting.
And everybody see it.
And everybody see it. Like, we also have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? We all know Kim and them is a little, you know what I'm saying? But they don't show that side when it come to being a parent. Now, through recent times, we have learned that Mama Kim put out the sex tape with Ray J and Kim, but I'm saying, like, I don't know. When you look at the optics, as the cop said earlier, we look at the optics. Kanye look crazy, Kim don't.
Right. That's true. And the fact that I'm sitting up here taking up for a white woman makes me not happy. I just want y'all to know that. I love my white friends.
I'm separating myself from that statement.
I love my white friends, but when it comes to a black man and a white woman, the fact that I am sitting up here taking care of a white woman makes me not feel good.
For me, it's not about a white woman or black man. And for me, it's from a woman parent, from a man parent. And a lot of times women are treated like we are overreacting, like we are crazy, like we are doing too much. When really, I'm not saying that we are not, but I'm saying we're doing the best of our ability to be the parent that we need to be in the moment. People let men off for being sloppy. People don't let women off.
Speaking of, I just want to point this out. One of my Facebook friends posted the other day. We're gonna stop. This is where we're gonna end it at. But one of my Facebook friends posted the other day. She was like, "Why is it whenever men say they can get their kids or they might get their kids, and then they get their kids, and it's like, oh my gosh, look at you, Father of the Year, you did so good." And then the mama, she gets a break. Finally gets a break that I'm pretty sure didn't come from the daddy. It came from the grandparents or the aunts or the friends and all this kind of stuff. And she goes out, and then people be like, "Where your kids at? Why you outside? Who taking care of your kids? Why you being whorish?" and all this kind of stuff. Baby, I take care of these kids 24/7. If I'm outside, I'm outside. Don't ask me where my kids are at. Wherever they at, they safe. And it probably ain't with their damn daddy.
If I'm away from my house, I'm making sure that they were safe. They had food. They had their clothes that they needed. They had them toys that they gonna ask for. I'm gonna be on call when they need to call. But let's be clear. Us women be out here being parents. Not all. I'm not saying all.
But I be seeing people
they put a lot of thought
talking junk. They was talking junk about this one particular person, and they're like, I feel like I saw like a few posts, and I felt like it was shade towards her, but then I wasn't 100% sure. And then whenever she made the post, I was like, okay, they probably was talking about her. My thing is, she's there 24/7. He picks and chooses when he wants to come in and out. Who cares if she's out on a Sunday? Who cares if she went out on a Wednesday? That was probably the only time that she was able to get a babysitter. Who cares? Worry about you and your house and your kids that's probably going to grow up fucked up because you think you out here being a good parent. And you're probably not.
All right, let's move on. Sam said y'all should do a show. I'm sorry, y'all. Sam said y'all should do a show with single dads, and y'all, we haven't had a single dad show, have we? And we have had some single dads on.
We had single dads, but we haven't.
But we haven't catered the topic to single dads. We should do that.
We should do that. That would be fun. I'm about to pour a TMO shot.
Don't do that. Come on, Ken and them. All right, we done. Let's show that point shot. We done. Thank y'all for tuning in. Look, I was worried we didn't have another talk about. We are hour and 30 minutes in.
Girl, that first topic about the what did we talk about first? Whatever that was. The date.
The date.
The date.
The date.
So next week we're gonna have somebody on that's gonna tell us how to flip some houses, baby.
Yes, let's build this business, okay?
We about to do some big things. I'm very excited. She's very excited about it.
Yeah.
So yay.
So yeah, y'all want to know about how to handle your business. Make sure you join us next week as we have an entrepreneur on talk about her business and her hustle and how she helping us our community. Let me be careful. Our community.
Me, I'm like the black people.
All right.
Thank you, T.
Thank you. All right, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for being on another week.
With the bitch.
You know what? Don't do that. Let me put them under. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to tune in next week on this wonderful conversation. She got on my daggone nerves. This wonderful conversation as well. If you have any topics we need to discuss, you have any ideas, you can always inbox Occasionally Posh or Chastity or myself, or you can email us at occasionallyposh@gmail.com. Look at her pointing in the right direction.
Finally. What happens every blue moon?
Once everyone, you can always, if you want to give a little bit to this podcast, you can always hit us up at that money sign Occasionally Posh. Thanks for joining as always. Please share this with all your family and friends. We'll see you next week and bye.
Bye.